Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Mary Blitzing, and today I'll be showing you how I attempted an oven baked chin chin and I failed. So some of the ingredients we'll be using are listed. You can see them on the screen. We have some measuring spoons, flour, sugar, baking powder, salt, nutmeg, eggs, milk, vanilla flavor, butter, baking paper, and a mixing bowl. So I just went ahead to put my flour into my mixing bowl. I measured, I think, about 3 to 4 cups of flour. Then I went in with some sugar. So you can see I'm using my measuring spoon to measure out the sugar. That's like a half cup. Then a quarter cup. I'm going in with another half cup. So after adding this, I'll just mix the flour and the sugar to blend. So next I'll be going in with salt. I'm using a teaspoon to measure the salt. So I'm leveling it here. I'm going in with another teaspoon of salt. I'm going in with my baking powder now. I'll also level it. I'm going in with another teaspoon of salt. Then I'm going with nutmeg. So that's all for our dry ingredients. We'll be mixing our wet ingredients in a separate bowl. So this is the bowl we'll be using to mix my wet ingredient. I'm just going in with my eggs first. And then after the eggs, I'll be going in with my vanilla flavor. So I have the liquid vanilla flavor. I think you can get the dry one at your local store or supermarket. So I've added my vanilla flavor. Next I'm going in with my milk. Then I'm going to whisk with my manual whisk to combine. I'm just stirring every ingredient that is in the bowl to combine. I'll now set this aside and go back to our dry ingredients to add our margarine. I'm adding the margarine now to the flour, and then I'll be mixing it properly, very well to combine. So here I'm just mixing with my hand to get the kind of consistency that I want. You notice the powder is not as smooth as it was. It's now looking like it's forming, like it's a little bit wet. So this is kind of consistency you want to achieve. So next I'll be adding my wet ingredients. So here I'm just adding my already wet ingredient. Then I'm trying to mix it, trying to combine it to blend. So I kept adding the wet ingredients to get the dough-like consistency. So I just kept kneading this mixture, kept kneading it. I had to use my both hands because it was getting difficult to use one hand. So you see, but this is where I started noticing that, oh, my dough was really sticky. See, it was just sticking to my palm, and it's not supposed to be so. Like, it's supposed to form the dough, but not be as sticky as it is. So that's where I realized that I might have added too much milk, egg, or margarine. So this was where my chin chin went bad. This was where I failed at the attempt. So because of how sticky it was, my husband was helping me add some more flour to see if we'll get the consistency that we wanted, but nah, didn't work out. I just kept struggling with this dough, kept struggling till I gave up. So here's my dough. Even if it doesn't seem as sticky as the initial time, but it was still really sticky at this point. Really sticky. So after I felt I needed it to my satisfaction, I left it to sit for a while to allow the baking powder to work. So I just kept it to sit for a while. Here's what it looked like after I had waited for a while. I think that was about 30 minutes. So I'll be rolling it out now. I'll be rolling it on my chopping board. So I used a bottle to roll because I didn't have a rolling stick available. So I used a smooth bottle to roll it out. You can see that I'm sprinkling flour first on my board. This is very essential. If not, the dough is going to stick to the surface of the chopping board. So after I sprinkled flour on the chopping board, I cut a piece of the dough and placed on the chopping board to roll before cutting it into pieces that will be fried. So here I am, I'm just trying to flatten the dough. You can see I applied flour on my bottle too because it was very sticky and it was sticking to the bottle, so I had to apply flour there. So here now I'm rolling the dough, making it flat enough before I now slice it for frying. So I wanted to bake this chin-chin. Like I mentioned before, I really intended to make a baked chin-chin, so I tried to put this in my oven. Yes, the chin-chin cooked, or baked rather, but I didn't like the outcome. Honestly, I really didn't like the outcome. It was just white. You know how brown chin-chin looks? It was just white. And then I attempted to apply some oil on it and put it back in the oven to see if it would brown a bit, and it didn't brown. So I just confirmed I didn't like baked chin-chin, and I went ahead to fry the remaining parts of the chin-chin. So here I'm just slicing it, and then I'll now cut it into pieces. So even while I was trying to cut this, slice it into smaller shapes, it was so sticky. That's why at the end of the video you'll see how the chin-chin looked when I was done. So you can see I just cut them in pieces and put in my pan. Then I put them to bake. See the outcome. See those very light ones? They are the ones I baked in the oven, so I didn't bake again. I now fried the remaining one. Even the shapes were so irregular because of how soft the dough was. So here's my oven baked chin-chin feel. Thank you for watching. Please like the video and subscribe if you're yet to join the community. Thank you and bye for now.